Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, just for my own amusement, I've been testing out the team that you see above, and not that it means a whole lot, but I've just won 3 in a row. And it's sort of a weird style team for me, and so I wanted to try it against an objectively great team that you see in the lower half of the screen here. But basically, there's a lot of healing and protection, dot damage, just a huge amount of survivability with the taunt. Um, that can keep this thing rolling, and it's just worked well so far. And I wanted to try it against a bigger team, and I figured I'd record this and then add some other fights afterwards. But yeah, I just beat 3 decently impressive teams in a row. Let's look at those real quick. So Gazelle definitely can offer some weakness there. Not the strongest team, but not an easy team per se. This team, which is pretty darn annoying, I think Costume Catalan is one of the best defensive heroes in the game. And then this team, and just let Alfreich fire. I had defense up and minion shields and ailment blocking from Garnet. Yeah, so I wanted to keep trying this team, so let's do it here and see if we learn anything from this. Alright, not a particularly good starting board. Uh-oh, sounds like I have the sound on, so sorry about the volume there. I'll fix that before the next fight. I'll just try not to talk while this game sounds are going off. Alright, so that's just all tile damage so far, which is pretty impressive considering I don't feel like I brought strong colors. So we do have to be careful of Onyx because he can dispel. However, I think if we use all of our specials now, those purples may just finish him off with some minion hits too, so let's do that. Not quite, so we lost our taunt there, but I'm still not worried. So these reds should finish him. Alright, you can see the counterattack going off with the minions because that's part of the ninja family bonus. So, I mean, look at the survivability of this team. The minions do enough damage with the combination of Bira and Freya, so you have high minion damage coupled with the consistent poison damage. And the poison damage is not impacted by, it's not really impacted by Francine because they will take 1 turn of damage before cleansing and then the effect's going to come right back. The exception is if you have a full team, depending on how many of those butterfly minions you have, they may not saturate the full team each turn like you would need to happen, but with only 2 heroes like this, the chances are pretty good of that happening. So yeah, the survivability is crazy though. Look at that. Pretty much all my heroes have boosted HP, or 60% of them have boosted HP and minions on them. So let's look with only one hero left. How much damage is he going to take in one turn? So he's at 684. So that was like 400 damage in one turn just from minions. So they really can turn the tide. I think, yeah, I can't wrap my head around this team yet. It's really weird. I was actually using this as an auto farm team for the hard levels on Valhalla because there's so much survivability and just consistent chip away damage that it was able to work. And was like, maybe I'll try a raid with this, and then won 3 in a row and was like, interesting, this team seems quite good. So even with the dodge in there, dead in 2 turns based on how much health he had left. Alright, I'm going to turn the sound off and let's try this again. Alright, here's another pretty nasty looking team. And let's just go for it. We have the added benefit of Magni and Freya potentially having their minions blocked. Gravemaker's a decent threat because he's going off often and he can just kind of burn the minions down. And we want to keep that minion shield up. But even Taunt can't block the minion hits. So there's definitely something to these minion teams, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, granted, if you look at the team power of this team, it's quite strong. So it's not like this is a 3-star team that just has this amazing synergy, but it is not what I would have expected. And this is also a team the team we're facing has been in the top 50 for the last hour from being offline, which is pretty good. So let's give it a try. Again, not a particularly good board. So we can get a red diamond here. Nope. Alright, so without matches, any team is doomed to fail. Let's see if we can make that happen. Ha! Alright, enough healing just to survive here. Not really any point to use Gravemaker until this taunt goes away, which it just refreshed. And so with him still plenty healthy as the tank, there's a strong chance that he's going to fire again. And we need to start making some bigger moves on this board, or it's not going to matter. Alright, as long as we don't lose beer. Okay, that sucked. Alright, I just need to get some damage on target here. So we're at a bit of a disadvantage now, and I'm curious how this team may or may not bounce back from that. So it looks like a dead Black Knight. Oh, theirs, not mine. Nope. Saved by minions. Oh, bastard. Alright, I just wanted to kill this guy. Oh, come on. This should do it. Alright, so we still have good survivability. We lost Bira, who's a really important part of this team because she adds to the dot damage significantly, or excuse me, like the, what do you want to call it? The chip damage, perhaps, might be a good term for it. So she adds to that pretty significantly. See if we can wipe out Mrs. Cleanse. Alright, now we got charge 2 on Garnet. So the survivability here is crazy. And we will prevail, despite a very slow start. So I'm going to keep testing this team more. We'll run this back again afterwards. And let's see what kind of damage Freya by herself is doing. As high as 20. So yeah, I really like the combination of Freya and Bira in terms of that minion damage, because then you're getting a pretty much guaranteed 70 something per turn plus all that other chip damage. So at this point we just have so much survivability that the chance of them cracking through that is pretty low. I don't yet understand what the weaknesses of this team might be. I thought Alfreik might be one of them, but the ailment protection and defense up from Freya proved to have a lot of survivability and resistance to one of the more powerful heroes in the game. So got kind of a crap board here, but that's where it's kind of like a team of mini Balders, where the nice thing about him is once his special goes off, you don't have to keep it going off. It just repeats. And I think that's a big advantage to him, is it's just constant damage every single turn. And that's kind of like these minions. But I'm seeing that the combination of Freya and Bira is really important. So it's not the fastest team, but there's something cool about more of a guaranteed team. So let's go again and see if we can find something quite tough. So this is a pretty good counter. This is probably the most dangerous team we've come across yet. We don't have a cleanse on this team, which is troublesome. So Bira is kind of the one, I guess that's a weakness of this team. Bira tanks specifically. She's going to go off early, block my minions. So unless I can get Garnet to fire and then the purples to fire quickly after that, which is not super likely, then we're at risk a little bit. The other thing is that the duration of the ailment block from Garnet is either 2, 3, or 4 turns, most commonly 2 or 3 turns, and then the I just forgot the word I wanted. The duration of Bira's ailment is 3 turns. So that could be a little dicey, but let's give it a try as a proof of concept against one of the more hard counter teams. So we do have our 2 red matches, but we do not have our purples soon after. So let's see. We can get our reds within the same turn. Oh, we're in the reverse situation here. All right, so we have Garnet. We can get the ×2 charge here in 1 turn. So what we want to do is start working on our purple matches. We're going to need 3 of those. And the likelihood of that seems quite low. However, oh yeah, 2 more matches for red won't quite give us what we'd like. So I'm going to save Garnet for 1 more turn. I was hoping not to set Jabberwock off, because again, now we don't have a cleanse. But we should be okay. Alright, and that's Odin down. So now the time is ticking for us to get our purple matches, because Bira is getting ready to go off soon. So let's get Gravemaker on Catalin. Alright, a little more healing again. So it's good to place this before the dodge. I'm gonna hold Garnet for one more turn because I'm playing. Yep, that was a bad idea. Oh, we have taunt though, so that's okay. All right, didn't get any purples at all. So let's force Finley and try to get some other offense going on here. All right, no ailment block. Okay, now we do. So that, I would not call that a great board in my opinion. I think this is the key to building a good 3-2 team. I'm a big proponent of using 3-2. I think mono puts too many eggs in one basket. It obviously has its benefits, primarily the fact that as you increase the number of heroes of the same color on one team, the multiplier for the damage increase is exponential. So going from 2 to 3 is more than just a third more, or more than just 50% more damage. Actually, I forget if the benefits happen that early, but point being, there are significant tile damage benefits. However, I like making teams where I can sort of rely on each. This is like 2 mini teams in my opinion, and I can rely on each of those mini teams to get me by for a little while until I can get the tiles for the other color. So both sides of this have survivability. And do I have one more flag I can use? I don't. Maybe I'll add. I think I'll add more to this actually. Yeah. So just give me. Well, he won't have to wait, but I'm gonna wait for a few more flags and then we'll keep going with his team. But so far that is. Oh man, without stellar boards, 1, 2, 3. I guess it's just 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. That is definitely taking shape as a proof of concept and quite an unusual team for me. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a fan of the much more aggressive teams. I usually just have one healer on the team. This is still technically only one healer, but it's kind of all support heroes. Freya and Bira are in a lot of ways like healers because the minions are just adding HP. Black Knight is a support hero that just boosts the length of the match, but let's try a few more of these and see what we think. So I did more attacks based on those videos earlier, and my screen recording thing crashed and did not save any of them. But if we look back at where we were, I can't remember where I left off in those videos, but I think it was these 6. Then I went offline for a while and then came back with this same team, and starting there, boom, 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 won all these in a row. And these are no easy teams. 4784, 4736, 4600, another 47, another 47, 4800. That was an easier one. 45, 46. I was going through my watchtower and then I started climbing higher. You can see my cups are still at 2944. So I'm at 16 wins in a row with this team, and I'm pissed that I just lost that video right now. But you can see the results there. There was this last fight. Where is it? This one here was pretty close. Cobalt killed. Let's see. I can't remember. I lost Gravemaker early on, and then I lost Black Knight eventually. And then it was just Garnet, Freya, and Bira, and just chipped away at the entire team and won, which is pretty awesome. And Costume Catalan cannot dodge minions as good as she is. Whoa, what a weird build for her. You can get her defense up to 980, and they maxed her attack instead. That's not a good idea, in my opinion. Okay. Sorry, I hair in my mouth. All right, so we're going to just see how high we can climb.